you have to check your phone anytime we're watching a movie and the movie doesn't have you, that means that's not a good sign. Like, I watched Weapons yesterday, right? And Weapons, even though it was 2 hours and I don't know how many minutes, but I never checked my phone not one time. I was like zoned in, focused. That was the shit. But with these two movies, I was checking my phone most of the time. But I checked my phone less with Trouble Man than I did with the what's that movie called again? The Drop Off. I think it was a Drop Off or the Payoff. See, I forgot already, man. That's how much that movie fucking sucked. All right, y'all. So I got a double feature review for y'all today. So Black cinema has been far and few in between this year. So we had one banger, which was Sinners. Shout out to Michael B. and Ryan Coogler. And then the cute Friday ripoff with SZA and Kiki, was it just called One of Them Days? So not a whole lot of black cinema this year. I guess you can count the Tyler Perry joints. Yeah. So this weekend, both dropped at the same time. Well, I believe both of them dropped at the same time because I just found out about one yesterday. So I don't know if it been dropped anyway. Trouble Man, starring, written, directed by Michael Jai White, also produced by Keith Sweat. The fuck? And The Pickup with Eddie Murphy, Keke Palmer, The Annoying Pete Davidson, directed by Tim Story, who I'm also a fan of. So I'm like, all right, here we go. Black cinema, let's go. All right, got up Saturday morning, hit play on The Pickup first, right? So I'm gonna start with that one. The Pickup, Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson. Listen, Eddie's too much of a legend to talk trash about, so I'm gonna just kind of gloss over that. This is definitely not one of Eddie's best performances. I don't even think Eddie was halfway trying here, to be honest with you. I think Eddie was like, look, man, I'm under contract with Paramount. I need to get this check. I got all these children, all these grandchildren. Let me just get my money and go about my way. Because Eddie, I know he's in the calm Granddad Eddie era now, but even calm Granddaddy era has been funny. Like, You People, I thought he was funny in it. As subtle as his performance was in You People, I thought he was still funny. Here, he's just like he's not even trying. But I'm gonna leave it at that because I love Eddie. He's one of my all-time favorites. So I'm gonna get off of that. What really brought this movie down was Pete Davidson. So first of all, Eddie and Pete are two armored truck security drivers, right? And they're going to do a pickup. Andrew Dice Clay is the boss. I thought he was one of the funniest parts of the movie as well. And as they're going to do this pickup, they get confronted by Keke Palmer, who is a criminal mastermind, and her two goons that's with her, and they're trying to rob this armored truck. All right. And as they try to arm the armored trucks, some stuff happens. Keke ends up getting in the truck with them, and then there's this blossoming love relationship with her and Pete Davidson, and that's all I really remember about this movie, man. This movie was a snooze fest. It was one of them phone movies, okay? This is one of those where you just be on your phone. After about 15 minutes, I lost all interest. I found more entertainment on Facebook and Instagram than this movie. Pete Davidson really brings it down because he's just like, okay, so I said Eddie wasn't really trying that hard. Pete Davidson was trying too damn hard, and he just brought a goofiness to it where he didn't belong in this movie, man. Like, I think even Eddie was getting a little annoyed, like, well, how the fuck did I get here? How did I go from Beverly Hills Cop and The Golden Child and Nutty Professor, and now I'm doing a movie with this motherfucker? Like, no, how do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know he was on Saturday Night Live, man, so the brother gotta be talented, but like, well, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, even Keke Palmer is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't a fan of Nope, but if you've seen her in Nope, she was good in that movie. She was really good. Even Just One of Them Days, I said that in my review for that movie. I said Keke Palmer is a leading actress. Here, her performance is like Eddie, she was on cruise control. She was like kind of just trying to get a check, but even still, she's still charming, she's still beautiful, she still has that screen presence. But man, this movie had nothing. This movie had the personality of a wet mop. This was not even unseasoned chicken. This motherfucker wasn't even taken out the freezer. All right, this movie was so bland and boring. And I'm disappointed because Tim Story, I like his work. All right, he did the two Fantastic Four movies. He did, I think he did the Barbershop movies. He did one of my favorite movies of 2019, Shaft. Tim Story's a good director. I like him. But here, yeah, this looked like a paycheck movie, and because it's a paycheck movie, as an audience, I felt nothing watching this. I found entertainment elsewhere, and I just couldn't wait for the credits to roll so I can go on Letterboxd and give it my little 1.5 star review. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Do I recommend watching this? No. It might work for some people. Like, it might work for like your mom or your auntie that has nothing else to watch, and she just puts it on and she'll think it's the funniest thing ever, you know what I'm saying? Because she doesn't watch a lot of movies. But when you watch a lot of movies like myself, this is like, man, boring, trash. So with that being said, I still love Eddie. Eddie will always have a special place in my heart, man. The brother's got too many bangers for me to trash him all the way, but man, come on. Anyways, all right, moving on. Next one is Trouble Man, which was a way better film than The Pickup. Trouble Man stars, written by and directed by Michael Jai White, also starring his wife. And yo, what I appreciate about this brother, man, this brother's living his best life because he gets to make the movies that he wants to make. All right, yes, they don't get shown theatrically or whatever. Sometimes, maybe once in a while they will. But look, he has the freedom to make his own movies that he wants to make, and he gets to put his wife in them. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that brother, man. And this is like, it has a blaxploitation feel to it. I thought it was going to be a remake of the 1972 Trouble Man with Robert Brooks, which was dope. If you haven't seen that, man, check that one out. That Marvin Gaye soundtrack was fucking killer. But this one, kind of the same thing. He's a PI, he's also in security for a club. And he's a kick-ass dude, as you would expect. And he comes across a situation where this pop singer, played by Lala Anthony, gets kidnapped, and now he's on the case. And her boyfriend happens to be Method Man, so now Method Man has to join up with him, and it becomes like a buddy cop situation. So for me, with Trouble Man, the thing that works the best with me about this movie is the dynamic with Michael Jai White and Method Man. I think those two work very well together. I would love to see a whole buddy cop movie with just those two, because Michael Jai, of course, is the straight man. He's the kick-ass guy, the serious guy, and Method Man is the comic relief / he's the coolness. He's the charm of it, you know what I mean? And I feel like the contrast between them can make for a very effective buddy cop movie. But with this one, I'll be honest, I didn't love it. It was cool to see so much blackness on the screen, and knowing that Michael Jai White, put so much into this, you know what I'm saying? The movie does look good. But man, for a movie that's supposed to be like an action movie, I'm assuming it's supposed to be an action comedy kind of thing. It wasn't a whole lot of action here. But don't get me wrong, when the action does happen, it's on point. I've never seen Michael Jai White do a bad fight scene ever. All right, the man's impossible made to make a shitty fight scene. So when he's fighting, when he's doing his martial arts thing, it's top tier, on point. Can't nobody touch that brother. Okay, right now between him and Jason Statham, right now, like, that's our Van Damme and Steven Seagal. Well, I don't know about Steven Seagal, but you know what I'm saying, man. Like, these are the two go-to guys if you're trying to make a good martial arts action movie, right? But man, there's no action sequence in this movie that I remember, and of course I will compare it to like blaxploitation and even Action Jackson, which is kind of a bad movie, but I love Action Jackson. You know why? Because it's absurd, it's over the top, it's crazy. All right, as bad as it may be to a lot of people, but one thing you cannot deny, Action Jackson is entertaining. You can't take your eyes off the screen. The memorable lines, how do you like your ribs? You know what I mean? There's no moments like that in this movie. There's not one action scene that I can remember. A couple of fight scenes were cool, but man, this movie, what's keeping it from being a 4-star movie is that it was just not enough action for me. Like, I'm sorry. I wanted to have more fun with this. I wanted it to be more absurd, so I wanted it to be, know what it is. I think at times, it did try to take itself a little too seriously. You know what I mean? And for me, that kind of brought the movie down. But other than that, I thought it was all right. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was cool. Like I said, it's just cool seeing all that black talent on the screen. And then there's little, homages to the blaxploitation. Like there's a snippet of the song from Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song that's playing in the background, where Meth and Michael Jai White are talking. And then there's James Brown, This Is a Man's World playing throughout. You know what I'm saying? There's shades of blaxploitation all over this. And, some laughs here and there too, but overall I'm like, I wanted to have more fun with this. You know what I'm saying? Because I found myself checking my phone again. Like, that's almost like the litmus test to a lot of these movies now. If you have to check your phone anytime we're watching a movie and the movie doesn't have you, that means that's not a good sign. Like, I watched Weapons yesterday, right? And Weapons, even though it was 2 hours and I don't know how many minutes, but I never checked my phone not one time. I was like zoned in, focused. That was the shit. But with these two movies, I was checking my phone most of the time. But I checked my phone less with Trouble Man than I did with the what's that movie called again? The Drop Off. I think was it Drop Off or the Payoff? See, I forgot already, man. That's how much that movie fucking sucked. So anyways, all right, so yeah, I give wrapping it up, y'all, I give is it Drop Off or the Pickup? Yeah, the Pickup. I'm sorry, the Pickup. Yeah. I give the Pickup I give the Pickup a D. Not as bad as War of the Worlds, but I give it a D. Trouble Man, I will give a C. All right, because I thought some of the fights did work. And Michael Jai White, I don't know, it's something funny about Michael Jai when he's fighting. It's just so funny because, like, he tries not to go there with you, but these niggas still they try him, right? So you see the look on his face like, you asked for it, okay, now I gotta fuck you up, and after I fuck you up, I'm going to explain to you why I fucked you up, and to help you to prevent from having me fuck you up again. It's just something funny about that. Oh, and another thing I like too is like he didn't like being called nigga in the movie. Every time somebody tried to call him a nigga, he's like, okay, look, I don't like that shit. All right, call me anything else. Don't call me nigga. I don't think I've seen that in the movie yet. So shout out to him for trying to kill that whole like, yeah, we need to cut that nigga shit out. But listen, I've been saying nigga for so long, I can't stop saying nigga to save my life. So I'm sorry, nigga, but I gotta keep saying nigga. But anyways, yeah, I give that a C, and that's it. That's all. But still, it was an honor to watch these movies, and so where can you watch them? Trouble Man, I had to rent, so I had to pay $7 to watch that on Google Play. I think you get on Google Play, YouTube, and I forgot where else. And the Pickup, you can watch on Prime Video. All right, so have you guys seen the movies? What you think about it? Comment freely below. Let me know what you thought. If you like and dig this content, like and subscribe, notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video. Peace.